I just say it.
Good space, good food, and a great guest. She is loud, she is noisy, and she has a lot of energy. Let's get on with the show. This is Danu on Fire. Welcome to Danu on Fire, right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. Today we're checking out the Black, and with me I have someone who is no stranger to you. She has been in the music world for so long. We've seen her perform, have all that energy on stage. She has it even in person. The one and only Ginger.
Yeah.
Ginger, do you have a real name?
Me, yes, I do. So I'm known as Judith, Deborah, Debbie, Judy,
All
and
of
even
these are your name?
sometimes.
All of these are your name?
Oh yes, that's my pet names. My friends call me Debbie. You know, my teachers call me Judith, and then mom called me Judy, and then my enemies would call me.
Yeah, that's fair
throwing
enough.
out that.
Yeah, that's part of the process. Yeah. So the whole ginger part comes from using these. Okay.
And then
it's
ginger.
easier that way.
Yes, ginger actually. We invented ginger. It's like inventing Anna.
Yeah.
So it was me and Sohan at the time, because I actually thought of a couple of names like chili. We have a chili now, but then I came out before them, so we thought of chili, then sugar, then pepper, and then ginger. At that time, I did want ginger, but we had to kind of think hard on it. I had brown hair, then I had to totally, I told Sohan if I was going to be ginger, I'm going
to bleach it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how ginger was, actually baptized. Not with water, by words only.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And ginger has been around for so long. I just have to ask you, during your pregnancy, you didn't know that you were pregnant for the first part of it, and you used to do stomachs thinking, why is your stomach coming out? Is it true?
Oh yes. To me, I'm a physical, I'm a freak to actually, I'm always obsessed with my physicality. And I used to do karate at that time as well, to put that in. And I was wondering, something was not right, but then I thought it was something wrong with me, or I've been eating too much, or I'm beginning to bloat.
So how long didn't you know, and how long did you work out?
I think I was working on until like the 4th or 5th month, because see, I'm a pretty small made person, so but I knew I was putting on a little bit of puppy.
You didn't have your monthly circle as well, right?
No, see, this is the thing. We're dumb, in a sense. Like, I was not a person who have
regularly.
A regular cycle. So I kind of thought, maybe, and at the time, we were not the kind of people who would worry about missing a month, or if it's never the fact. We were, I guess, that's due to not having so much influence around you, I guess. So we weren't bothered, So I thought, maybe, I'm, just the same old, and I was going on for about, and then, I was even, eating, even I'm a wine drinker. I was drinking my wines, I was doing my workouts, I was jogging. I mean, I was even on stage, I was jumping up too. I mean, I'm a big jumper, so I mean, all that I did, but then I thought something
You can't
wrong,
just say
man.
big jumper, like on a different context, but yeah.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And then you got to know after 5 months that you're pregnant.
Yes.
Did you slow things down or you just continue doing your stomachs?
See, I stopped the stomachs though, but nothing else slowed
changed.
down though. I didn't feel it throughout the pregnancy.
Hey, you have covered 5 months. You just had 4 more to go.
Yeah, and people didn't know it too. See, I used to change my outfits, buy bigger clothes, but then people thought I was just putting on weight. I'm not a person who would say, hey, I'm pregnant. I'm not that person, So I just went on, and believe me, Danu, nobody knew. Like, I stopped performing like just about 4 days before.
And started performing again after like...
Yes, just after 2 weeks. And then I'm like, so I guess to me, pregnancy is something that I don't kind of relate to as like a big deal though.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know what that is because I've seen people going through a lot. I mean,
But you were fortunate.
oh yes.
Yeah. And you just came back to yourself. It's also the fact that you have such a metabolism, you have worked out so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very hard to relate to you on that topic, but yeah, that's fine. We'll come back and speak to Ginger about her comeback. She has done a music video and a song after a long time. It is out for you to stream as well. We'll come back and speak more. Do stick around, this stuff is fun. Are you in the mood to just enjoy the summer vibe in Sri Lanka? Or you're planning on buttoning it all up and putting that tie and being very classy? Well, if you want to choose all your favorites, you can now pick something up from XXL. They have so much for you to choose from the fabric to everything is done here, making it a true positive Sri Lankan brand. All sizes welcome. Visit them today for more details.
I just say it.
Welcome back to the show. Speaking to Ginger, for those who may have seen her on stage, might have known her for her very energetic performances. She's calmed down a little bit in terms of music. She's now moving away from a bajao.
Bajao, yeah, that's what I call it.
Yeah, but there was that, Buddha gonna be Ginger.
I have this tat, it says machang, okay? Actually, it's a part of my life, like my career, because I always go, I was say, hey, machang, I was a machang, hey, machang, like that. I created that trend.
Yeah, you can't be all, hi guys.
Oh no,
Nah.
that's suicide, darling.
Yeah. You just need to just really gut it out there. Yeah.
And see, I learned things as I went, I was doing this. You have to be the dominant character always.
Is it
they
especially
like
when you're a female? Or?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Because see, if you do not show that you are in charge of it, it's gonna come crashing into your face. So it's always I learned something. They like that. They like that dominance. They enjoyed it. They like that. Being yes.
Whips and chains.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was
you
not
had
in leather.
Stage.
I wasn't wearing leather, baby.
It was all stage. Now I have to ask you, So this new music that you have put out, what is it called? What is it about?
Yes, it's actually, this concept was, the song was called Mangkole Kunanang. You know, people had...
If I Were a Boy.
If I Were a Boy, you know, like Beyonce did, if I Were a Boy, what I would do. So she actually sang about how she would do if she was a lover, you know, in that sense. So my theory and my concept was, if I were a boy, what I would do if I want to do the nastiest. I spoke about the nastiest and the things that a guy would really do for fun, you know, like how wild they can get, how wacky they can get. So that was my concept. And then I kind of spoke to Dimitri. I had this thing. I thought, you know, he's the best person. Sometimes you have to go to the bad dog and the mad dog if you want to go crazy, you know. And I did, and then so we hit it. I told him this is what my concept. This is how I want it to be written. So he did a great job. And then when it came to the video, the visual, he asked me, what are you thinking? I said, you know, man, I have to be a man, you know, I have to be a guy. What else? So I kind of thought that was, I was always thinking something out of the box, and I got the LGBTQ crowd and so I mean we hit it well. It was really fun working with everybody, and we hit it off. And then actually I got people calling me and asking, was it you trying to say that you want to be a lesbian? I said, man, how you want to see it, I don't care. You know, I said, I could see, what I see is when people define that, I always say, when did you see me as woman, man? I mean, if you see me on stage, have you ever seen woman in me? I mean, I was like, I said, we all have that masculine, even though we are female. What's wrong with that? I said, me, I've never kind of related to myself as, okay, I said, if I were to play woman, you wouldn't like me. Like, honey. No, if I said that, I said, you like me because of my feistiness. So I said, I really, and to me, that Mangkole Kunanang song was actually, I thought I was the ideal person to do that.
And
you have to be
and
that.
And your characterization of that is what you wanted to portray out of it.
Oh, yes. So I thought that was good. Yes.
Now, you were introduced into the world of music by Sohan. He's the one who brought you onto the big stage. And then followed by you performed with the Gypsies at one time. Then who else did you perform with?
Oh, yes. Actually, I was, after Gypsies though, I left, I think it was before Gypsies. After Sohan, yes, Sunil Sri Lanka called me, and then he wanted me to join him, but then I wanted a break. I wanted to get out. See, I have this thing, whenever I stop something, I need to get out of it. And so I went to sing for Aquarius, that is Benji's band.
Right.
And they were based in Dubai, so I was there for a couple of months, maybe almost a year though. And when I came back, I called him and I said, okay, I'm ready.
You just needed a different setting.
Yes.
Right. And then it, yeah. But there was, at that time, you know, bands were so big, there were controversies about the bands. Like, you know, who is with who is not with who is, you know, doing more than just singing. So you were all in midst of all of this. Ginger's name was making headlines everywhere. How did you handle it?
It was easy. See, it's in me. To me, controversy is a part of
your DNA.
Oh, yes. See, if you want to go to battle, you have to learn to get those scars. If you don't want, then might as well stay at home. You know, don't go. That's my concept. You know, controversy is a good thing. It straightens you up in many ways. You know, see, controversy is people showing you your weaknesses or your flaws. But then they would also see that is them asking for more. You have to define controversy at your own pace. You must wonder what are they really talking here. So you should decide to take it as, like, you know, they say keep your friends close but keep your enemies closer. That's a fact of life. So I love controversy. I like it. It's a part of my DNA, and I like drinking that poison sometimes.
You put it that way. All right, we need to get into a break. We'll see you right after. Do stick around. This is Danu.
the sunroof. I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes.
Thank you to our friends at Flowers by M. Ceylon for joining us on Danu on Fire. Our guests are spoilt with some flowers. This to match your hair.
Thank you, love, yes.
We couldn't find lilies. Lilies, what do you call it? Lavender.
Lavender.
That's more your
Oh,
hair.
yes, lavender,
yeah,
yes.
That's true. But just a little bit about Flowers by M. Ceylon. They're located at Havelock Mall. You can now come to know more details about what type of services they can give you in terms of your big day. It could be your graduation or anything that you want to add some flowers into it. They have it all for you. Check them out. Speak to them about your big wedding. They have created some masterpieces and they'll continue to do so. Thank you for joining us on the show.
I just say it.
Welcome back to the show. Our final segment with Jinjo, who is with us on Danu on Fire. What's the worst rumor you've heard about?
Worst? You mean like the worst only? I'm like, I've been worst ever since, man. I'm like, people tell me all sorts of things.
Just one thing that really
like
stayed in your
they
head.
call me or they say that I'm a, you know, the worst thing is like I dress like a prostitute.
Right.
And, you know, just saying, you know, like they say I don't have sense of style.
But that's what makes you unique.
Yeah. So, see, they define it in the worst way. And even style in here, in this part of the world is, you know, categorized as you're dressing yourself like a
Beep, 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 beep. Is that the worst that you ever heard?
Oh yeah, you know, me, my professional and my personal life, they cannot say anything about it because they don't know. My personal life is very, very, you know, on a very low profile, very closed, very much. So it's always my professional life that they've seen. So it was always on something I said. You know, I'm a person, when I sing, I relate to a certain incident. See, I don't just go sing and just shake my booty or ass, whatever. You know, and I relate to them. You know, if I see some guy in crutches, I say, "Hey, Malli, moga dune, ona kare, bila batna." You know, I'm like that. I'm that kind of person. I'm very realistic. You know,
Right.
so he would say, "Oh, okay, short tag, gahala," you know. So I was that kind of performer. You know, so so I've been told so many things, which it doesn't bother me because, you know, it's, after all, baby, we're the little paradise island here. What do you expect? Yeah.
Who are the ones who have hit on you? Anyone who we all know?
Hit on me? Oh yeah, you know, everybody wanted to hit on me.
Wanted to or they're still?
I really don't know because I'm blind to it. You know, I'm
Right.
very much blind to it. I don't know. I'm a very friendly person though.
So they take it for granted. They
always.
think you're just
Yes.
trying to, like, you know,
Yes.
get into their sheets.
Oh yeah. I'm just good. I always love to connect with people. I would talk. Like I told you, I smile a lot, and that's something that always got me in trouble, but never taken it to any other levels because I guess, you know, by the time they have a conversation with me, you know, the slut became sister.
Akkauna. Nangiuna.
What else, you know? So it's like that. So I can, you know, it's like I want to be very, you know, very much disciplined on this show, so I don't take it any further.
But so tell me one person who has been really, like, have you had cricketers, musicians, politicians?
Yeah. Me personally, you know, I don't want to mention names. I had
But just
crushes
tell
on
me-
many people, and they had crush on me too. But it was just very childish. You know me, I'm the 18th century kind of person. It's like
You
One
want the
Love,
full-
Bob Marley's, and we relate a lot. So I'm not. See, I was very open. You know, it was like fire. You want to get burned? Come closer to me. It doesn't matter. I was like that. But to me, I always had that shield in front of me. I was so blind to all of this. Even if I knew they were hitting on me, I would always try to make them feel something more than that. And I was always, see, if you actually research on me, you haven't heard anything about me.
Yeah, I have heard things, but I knew that those were all like just rumors. There was no-
Only professionally, like I
professional
said,
things,
you know.
yeah, nothing personal. yeah.
Nothing personal. See, so sad.
So I know her surname is White. But I want to know your first name, your burger girl name.
My burger girl. See, that is my burger girl name.
White.
White.
What's the
I've
first
always
part?
had my. See, it's Judith, Deborah, and White.
Oh, all of that is your name.
It is my.
Oh, right. Okay.
See, that name was. See, where I had to step in, it wasn't going to do any good.
No,
it was
not,
too sophisticated.
No, yes. No, Judith. No.
That's why I had to. Oh,
No.
yeah.
You would have been called Bra.
Yeah, like, I don't mind it. But then again, who knows? My bras would have been flowing around the place, man. That's what I'm saying. You know, I have to be disciplined. Well, shut your mouth, woman.
No, it's good. It's good. You know, you're the type of people who we need on television. Just say it as you see it. In terms of upcoming music, so you're not going to do the whole. Not that anymore.
No, I think I've done it enough though. You know, it's like you eat the same kind of dessert, but this is lovely. You know, and if I were to eat something.
You wanted class.
Yes. So
You want it like.
I want to get out of it. I've done it. I have no regrets. If someone's gonna do it today, I would say, hey, I did it already. I'm there, right? So I don't miss anything today. I'm really, you know, like I told you, I'm that person because I just left the industry just last December. I'm right now just enjoying. I need space. So that's what I'm doing right now. But
want
I'm
less
just,
noise.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I were to do something next, it would be something of my genre because I want to do what I feel like, because I've been giving what they want. This time they get to hear what I'm doing. You know, it's like I'm giving it to you. Open your mouth, baby. Eat it. Eat it.
All right then. On that note, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you, Ginger, for coming on the show. You can follow her music and all her social handles. She's got into it recently. On that note, we need to wrap things up. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I hope
Danu.
you enjoyed the
Love
show.
you. Oh yes.
And we will see you soon. Till then, you keep smiling. Thank you to The Black for hosting us. Ta-da!